Hey everybody, and welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. Hey guys, I don't want to go by Brendan anymore. I want you to, what's this thing I'm holding in my hand? I'll just go by that now.
You mean the thing that everybody already knows? It's a part of the common parlance?
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's Coffee Mug. So I'm Coffee Mug, one of the new siblings.
Nice to meet you.
Wow. And over here, I was just thinking, it's just a dagger I see before me, the handle towards my hand. Oh man, now I've got an idea for a story. Anyway,
Woo!
I'm Pippin, and I'm not alone.
Aw. Best song in the game.
Right?
And I'm Alex, and you don't need a reason to help people.
Ooh, nice.
See, you guys both reference the main character, and I just make a goof. That's how life works here.
Yeah, that's how life works.
Oh, also, I'm Pippin, and I'm still getting over a cold, so when I laugh, I cough.
And speaking of colds, our sister Kat also has a cold, and so she shall not be joining us tonight.
Only she lost her voice.
Yep, she completely lost her voice, got kidnapped by the King of Bulgaria or something. So today, because Kat's not here, that means we'll just talk about video games. Hey!
As we always do when she's not around.
Yeah, it's like video games or D&D. It's going to be one of those two things, so
It's become a habit at this point.
Yeah, we need help. So today, we're going to be talking about the video game from the year 2000, Final Fantasy IX. So spoilers abound. And if you want specific content warnings about things we might talk about, check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. Now, for those of you who've never played Final Fantasy IX, the summary according to Wikipedia is, players follow the bandit Zidane Tribal, who kidnaps the Alexandrian princess Garnet Alexandros, the 17th?
Yeah.
Hey. As part of a gambit by the neighboring nation of Lindblum. He joins Garnet and a growing cast of characters on a quest to take down her mother, Queen Braun of Alexandria, who started the war. The plot shifts when the players learn that Braun is a pawn of a more menacing threat, Kuja, who shares a mysterious history with Zidane, spanning two worlds.
Dun, dun,
Spoilers,
dun.
my god. And
That's a like a disc-free reveal.
yeah.
I didn't read the summary before I pasted it in.
Yeah, Pip.
So, speaking of spoilers, this video game came in not one, not two, not three, but 4 discs on the PlayStation 1.
Like all the good games did.
Yeah, that was
Well, 7 was good and came on 3 discs.
Was it only 3?
Yep.
Well,
If I remember right.
yeah.
listen, where's Final Fantasy VII now?
That's actually kind of why we're talking about 9 today while Kat's away sick, is that, there's that remake or remaster or however we're calling it coming out soon.
I mean, it's a bit too intense to be called a remaster.
Yeah, it's remake. I believe it's actually called remake.
Oh, fair enough.
But we're not talking about Final Fantasy VII right now because none of us have replayed it recently enough to really
Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I still have opinions about it. Like, the entire plot could have been avoided if Sephiroth had just had a nap and eaten the sandwich. But
Indeed.
That's not what we're talking about today.
Well, that and, I don't know, I still have a soft spot in my heart for Final Fantasy IX.
Final Fantasy IX was the first Final Fantasy I ever played.
Same.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The first one for me was Final Fantasy 1. Nerds.
We get it. You liked it before it was cool.
Exactly. I had my thick brim glasses over here.
As the only one here who actually wears thick-rimmed glasses, I am offended.
Wow.
Actually, I remember when you got Final Fantasy IX. It was a summer. You had just, I believe that was like your first year?
Yeah, it was my first year working as a camp counselor, and like any teenager who is suddenly flush with cash, I wanted
Yeah.
to spend that crap as soon as possible.
I mean, I'm an adult woman and I'm still like every paycheck, I'm like, oh man, what do I spend it on? Even though I'm an adult woman, I'm like, no, fucking save it.
Save it or bills. Oh,
All
no.
my bills are automatic at this point, so it just, suddenly the money just disappears.
And it's really sad. And I remember friends at camp had the game and I was like, this is pretty cool. I want to get this game and a PlayStation. And so like the first 2 games I got for it were like this and Dark Cloud.
Was Dark Cloud PlayStation 1?
It was PlayStation 2. Brent got a PlayStation 2.
And
Yeah.
which was backwards compatible. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Cause we kind of skipped around, consoles cause I had like an N64, but before that we had a Genesis because
Sega.
that's what we got, Mortal Kombat on. But yeah, it was the first game that I really played through on the PlayStation, system, I guess. And yeah, no regrets.
Fair enough. Yeah, 9 was the first Final Fantasy I played, so therefore it has a special place in my heart. Though, most days 8 is my favorite. And then comes
Hold on,
7.
I hear the screaming of nerds in the background.
Listen,
They're sharpening pitchforks.
nerds can bite me.
That's true. They can.
I'm also willing to bet that they're wrong about Final Fantasy 7. I mean,
Whoa. Okay, they're busting down the door now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
we should really remember to talk about Final Fantasy 7 at some later point. The next time Cat's
Yes.
sick.
Next time Cat's sick, we'll do, we're kind of just jumping around the Final Fantasy timeline. We'll do maybe Final Fantasy 7. Maybe we'll do Final Fantasy 1. Who knows? It's going to be a mystery.
That one will just be you talking to the mic for an hour.
So let me get this straight. We only really explore the story once we cross this one weird bridge. Okay, cool.
Yeah! So, Final Fantasy 9.
Boom. So let's talk about this.
All right. Let's start from almost the beginning. You're a thief. I think Bandit is kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I believe Zidane would identify as a bandit, but he is in fact a thief.
But he's also an actor. Come on.
Tell me the difference. He also steals hearts.
Whoa.
Yeah!
And they kidnap, with quotation marks, the Princess Garnet.
Well, she is wanting to get the hell out of Dodge.
It's a super convenient kidnapping. They want to kidnap her. She wants to run away with them. It's symbiotic.
And they happen to bring along her knight and this random 9-year-old that happened to be around there.
The 9-year-old can also summon fireballs, so.
The 9-year-old can bend reality.
Like, that is, like, in terms of cosmic coincidences for later in the game.
True. You know, that could play into Destiny. I mean, that's always a theme, potentially, in fantasy stories.
Well,
I believe especially in Final Fantasy 9, isn't it?
yeah.
No.
What Final Fantasy 9 uses, is, thematically, are the concepts of plays.
Oh yeah.
Plays and memory. It's not this isn't a Destiny story, this is a memory story.
Yeah.
Memory and family.
And identity.
Found family.
It's also about identity.
Yep.
And how our memories and our family shape that. And how we can go, no, I can choose to shape my own identity.
Well, so Princess Garnet, who in an attempt to hide who she is, because suddenly when you get kidnapped, everyone wants to find you. What?
Weird.
Renamed herself Dagger, which is what Brennan was referencing at the beginning with his intro, because she looks at Dagger and is like, what's this called? And there's like a dagger? She's like, that's what I'll
Sounds
call
good to
myself.
me. That's what normal people are called around here, right?
And today it's all like, sure.
I mean, Dagger is what you call a biker's ride or die bitch, but, you know.
Listen, she was exploring her new identity. So, they go off. She wanted to leave the kingdom because she wanted to go over to the neighboring kingdom of Limbom.
Yep.
Because it is run by her, I want to say like godfather sort of figure. They weren't actually.
Uncle,
she calls him
uncle, a family friend because they're royalty and all that.
Yeah.
Because
she calls him uncle, but it's in the familiarity kind of sense, not
Yeah.
the bloodline kind of sense.
Because she wants to talk to him because her mother, the queen, has been acting strangely. Her mother, the queen, has been getting kinda war hungry.
Not just kinda war hungry, very war hungry, as we soon learn.
Yup.
War, the snack that royalty craves.
So, beginning antagonists are the creatures that Queen Brand sends after you to get Garnet back. Because she really wants her daughter back. It's super important that she get her daughter back, but not out of love. It's because Garnet is a summoner.
Woo-hoo.
Which is to say, she has the magical ability to summon otherworldly creatures of immense power.
I.e., she can call in a nuke. That's her starting ability.
Huh. Well, in the beginning, you can't summon yet. You don't have that.
You don't have enough MP, yeah.
You don't have enough.
And actually,
yeah.
I misspoke. They're not otherworldly. They're really spiritual guardians of the planet.
Like you do.
It depends on the game.
Yeah. In Final Fantasy 8, these were the Guardian forces of GFs. In 7, what were they in 7?
Materia.
Materia. Were they just, was Materia fucking everything?
The summons were Materia, but they're probably, because Materia is made from Mako, and comes from a live stream, their probably memories is from the live stream.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, every Final Fantasy game has these summons. In this game, only certain people can do summons. Yeah.
Which we'll get to later.
Hopefully. Remember, 4 discs.
My God.
So eventually she does get Garnet. She steals the summons called Eidolons here, from Garnet.
Which is a dick move.
Dick move, one might call it child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
She was saving those summons.
She is then okay with Garnet dying, but Garnet, Dagger, whatever, is thankfully saved, before she can be killed.
Conveniently, I think that's when the first heel face turn happens, because there are many points in the game before that you had been basically encountering the general of the armies, Beatrix, who is awesome. But like in every single encounter with her, she just eventually ends the fight by KOing everybody.
She's like, "Are you done? Are you done?" One hit KO.
Okay, that was fun, kids. Let's go home.
It was important that I give you a sense of accomplishment.
Exactly. But then she sees the fact that, like, wait, the queen is okay with the princess dying? Wait, oh shit, I've been on the bad side.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. But Garnet
Doesn't die.
Is saved. And, sorry, I was trying to remember the order of operations.
In the meantime, the queen commits basically almost genocidal war crimes against the neighboring kingdoms during the saving.
Used Odin on Clara. Used Atmos on Limbum.
So she uses the Eidolons that she took from her daughter to commit mass destruction on other kingdoms.
So,
and we learn she does this at the behest of Kuja,
who is our end of disc 1 villain reveal character.
Yes. Which is why I couldn't actually remember when Beatrix did her heel face turn.
Oh.
Because she's in Clara.
Disc 2. Yeah.
Yeah. All of Gimsluke is Grotto to, the end of the Aoife tree is, disc 2.
Wow.
Yeah, heartbreak.
Boom, 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 boom.
The first time Beatrix kicks her ass is the end of disc 1. So yeah, At this point, the queen, power hungry AF, is convinced to go and attack other places in the world. Why settle for the continent when you can rule the planet? And over the course of this, our heroes are like exploring the world, conveniently a different continent that Queen Brahne is going to be attacking later. Oops. We discover the aforementioned Aoife tree, which is creating this substance called the mist, which was prevalent in the first act, which is basically like stagnated dead souls, which spawn monsters.
A byproduct of dead souls.
Yeah.
Even more you.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not important. That doesn't come back later, right?
Oh,
Nah, why would it?
No. Why would it?
Important to know, I think the other continents don't have mist.
They don't.
And the airships on our starting continent run on mist, which is why the other continents haven't been explored, because they don't have the mist to be explored.
Yeah.
Which also, like, later on when you find out the origins of the mist, you're like, wait. We've been powering our stuff on the dead?
On the souls of the dead. Oh.
Souls of the dead makes it worse, because I was about to make a joke about gas.
Or capitalism.
So,
Yeah.
at this point, after we discover the Aoife tree, that's when Queen Brahne attacks and unleashes the most powerful summon yet, and that's when we get the Kuja is the big bad reveal, where it's revealed that, oh yes, he was waiting for this moment because he knew about this uber powerful summon, and uses convenient science fiction ship magic to take over the summon Bahamut and kills the queen.
So,
Trauma.
yeah. But also, that's one problem solved. Solved itself.
Yeah, really, our characters didn't need to kill Queen Brahne. Hey, go team.
Though Garnet is with her when she dies, Brahne has the last moment, realization of what she did, and regret, and she dies in Garnet's arms.
And Garnet has a healthy dose of PTSD.
And is mute.
Not you yet.
No, you're right. It's after. Okay. Yeah, it comes later.
When did that happen? Oh, right.
But I want to say this, that, like, Queen Brahne's death, like, is made especially, like, that is kind of narrated from Vivi's point of view.
Oh, Vivi.
Oh, yes. Oh, poor Vivi.
And Vivi's like, I don't know how to feel. I should hate her. I should hate this woman. And, cause
she was evil.
Oh, side
On my
note.
frame of reference.
Side note, Vivi is what's called a black mage. He is a slightly different version of a black mage than what is seen in the rest of the game. But black mages are created, and they were used as the foot soldiers of Queen Brahne's war.
So Vivi has significant reason to not like this woman.
And it brings into the issues of identities, like who is he, why was he created, why was he brought to this world, what is his purpose? And he sees his brethren who are forced to fight and kill and die, for a purpose they don't understand.
Yep.
He's also he doesn't know what happens after you die. And he doesn't understand the process.
We have a character who is very young, having to come to terms with real heavy stuff.
Man, that's heavy.
Oof. But like, man.
Yeah. That is narrated from Vivi's point of view, and it's heartbreaking on multiple levels. I forgot about that, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Dagger Garnet, is now queen of, Alexandria.
Go queen. Yay.
Yes! Which is great for all of 5 minutes.
Yep.
Because...
Which is kind of handy because during this time that she's all being queen, Zidane, our hero, our primary protagonist,
Yeah.
is basically being a mopey guy.
Cause the girl he likes is now queen and he'll never see her again.
Too busy for his shit.
Freya, one of the other characters, who is Parmesian and already had her fill of tragedy, has no time for Zidane's shit. She's like, what the fuck ever.
My boyfriend is both missing and amnesiac.
You'll get over it.
My country's been destroyed. My people are now refugees. I am now a part of a diasporic, race, and my boyfriend is missing and doesn't remember me. What?
And that's where my story concludes.
And now I have
Damn.
to deal with your shit?
And hey, to be fair, Freya gets stuff in the epilogue of the game.
That's true.
Poor Freya.
Freya.
They did her dirty.
To be forgotten is worse than death.
Oof. And the writers forgot her.
Oh!
Boom.
But anyway, shit goes down.
Real quick.
Does Kuja attack?
Yeah.
With Bahamut?
Yep.
Yeah!
And Mr. Dons.
This monsters, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the ground and he's going to attack with Bahamut. But Dagger is able to, somewhere in there, they went to another country and picked up Aiko.
Another character. Yay.
Shit.
This time,
forgot about her.
At this time, like what, like a 6-year-old or something? I don't know.
Really young kid.
Like, this is the thing in JRPGs, like, half of your characters are way too young to be, fighting here.
But Aiko is also the last of her race. Except for
Whoa.
Dagger, as it turns out, because she was lost at sea and then adopted by the queen, which is why they don't look alike.
Yep.
But the point is, at this point, Dagger now knows that she is a summoner. She has these powers. She and Aiko summon Alexander,
Yes?
which is a
Yeah.
fuck off Alex.
Alex has showed up in the game. It was weird.
It was
guys.
super weird.
Like, and as you just said, Garland shows up and says, fuck off, Alexander.
Yeah, and basically nukes the shiny new summon and a bunch of the city with it. Oops.
So they retreat out of the city, because they have to figure out how to solve this. And that's when Garnet goes mute. Because of all the PTSD.
So much.
It's like one too many tragedies all in a row, all on her shoulders, because now she's queen. She's responsible for everybody.
And Bahamut was still technically her summon. And so there are some more shenanigans. You have to take Dagger to the, for lack of a better word, dungeon, where you really need to be using magic users, but because she's mute and can't talk and most magic is done through speaking, it is a bad time from a play standpoint. One thing leads to another, and so to speak, and
A lot more shit happens.
a ton of shit happens. And it turns out there's another planet in another dimension, and that's where Kuja comes from!
But not just Kuja, because you know what? We've had another character, our protagonist, who's been dealing with some identity issues himself, turns out.
Back in Disc 2, he told Dagger a touching story about the guy who left home to find where he came from and never found it. And it's like, well, I'll just be myself then. And like, who is that about? And Zidane's like, totally not me.
Spoiler alert, it was about Zidane.
Yep. But turns out he's an alien.
Yay! And that's
so's
why he
Kuja.
and Kuja both have tails!
And they're brothers.
What?
Because we find out on this alien world that Kuja and Zidane are special. They were sent to our original planet here to basically be angels of death.
And destroy everything! Only one of them was actually trying to do it. 'Cause Zidane straight up forgot.
He got dropped on his head
Oops.
as a baby.
It's a classic Goku scenario.
It's never explained why Zidane forgot.
'Cause Kuja grabbed him and then ditched him.
Ditched him on Gaia, yeah.
I could just kill him, but nah.
Look, fratricide is not Kuja's thing. At first.
He learns better.
He does.
Who doesn't have a good spot of fratricide? Brothers.
Yeah, Al. But this reveal that Zidane was supposed to be like the more perfected angel of death, which really got on Kuja's nerves, because at this point Kuja would be redundant and therefore dead. Death. Hey, it's a theme in this game, isn't it? Yeah, it basically sent Zidane to Earth with no memory or really any mission. But this revelation to Zidane causes him to have like a huge existential crisis, like you do.
Yeah.
But
listen, it was his turn. Everyone else got one.
Yeah. They did. Yeah. So, and you know, it makes sense for our protagonist who's had kind of this happy-go-lucky bravado thing going for most of the game to have this moment basically right before the end of the game.
It must suck to always wonder, who am I? Why am I here? Where do I come from? And to have the answer be, you're from another planet and you were sent here to kill everyone.
To kill everyone you love.
What?
Yay!
So he does a heroic blue screen of death.
Yep. Always a good time.
And he tries to push all of his friends away.
But his friends are like,
Fuck
hey,
you.
asshole, sit right there. We're helping you out whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Also, we're all kind of still on this other planet, so,
So we really can't do much else. Good music plays during this time.
The best song in the game is during that play.
Yep.
It's called Not Alone. It's great. May or may not be based, have my tattoo based on it. What?
Whoa.
Because I have a tattoo that says Not Alone.
Aw.
And a lot of things feed into it, but, Final Fantasy IX is part of it.
Treat yourself to listening to the orchestral version. It's nice.
Yes.
So Pip.
Yes.
I gotta say, Final Fantasy IX is probably your favorite if you have a tattoo of it.
Listen, I contain multitudes.
You are Legion.
I am Legion. I really love both games.
And you just don't know where to put Griever.
Listen, I'll just ignore back that tattoo that says curse all seeds. And I did not think that through before I said it. But you know what? Here we are.
Hello, Mom and Dad.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Also, what tattoo? I don't have a tattoo.
But like, well, the thing I'll say about like comparing 8 to 9 real quick as a story aside is that I felt that 9 had a bit more of a concise theming to it. Like you had like a digestible, like not alone aspect, memory as an aspect. So there's something a bit strong there, I think.
I feel like 8 and 9 are talking about the same things.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
Yeah, they're both
Oh, yeah.
they're both about identity.
and there's a memory aspect too.
True.
Oh yeah, like when 5 out of your 6 main playable characters have amnesia.
Here's the thing. 7 also has memory stuff going on.
Yeah,
They do.
it's almost as if memory is actually one of the things that is important in the Final Fantasy series.
And something that may have been lost in later games. Whoa.
Oh man, is that why I don't play the later games?
Oh, I think memory he plays it into Final Fantasy X.
Yeah,
no.
Memories of Xanarkand. Yeah,
And,
yeah, definitely. But like, by the time we get to like, Final Fantasy 13,
Fair.
I don't think memory is a major theme in that game.
Yeah.
Because memory, what we remember feeds into who we are, and who we are is who we are. Oh my god.
Who we are is who we are. No story is sacred.
I think Final Fantasy 14 has some memory stuff, but I haven't. But no. So Zidane figures out he's not alone, and he gets better.
Yeah. He gets better. He is remembers the fact that, wait a second, I'm not an asshole. Okay, guys, sorry. Had to have that little freak out. I'm cool. And everybody else is like, yeah, we cool.
They then go to fight
They confront Garland.
Kuja. They fight Garland, who created Kuja and Zidane. And
We didn't mention one thing that was important about the whole entire Angel of Death part and why they had to kill everybody on the planet.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Basically, bunch of fantasy bullshit.
Isn't the original planet, or the planet Zidane and
the-
Kuja came from, isn't it Dian?
And they're trying to transmigrate all the souls from the dying Gaia from the dying Terra to the living in Gaia. But to do that, they need to get all the old souls out, and
Not enough room in this town for the two of us.
to do that, they just have to keep on killing all the people until the souls are all gone.
Because the answer to all of our problems is genocide.
And that's actually what the Aoife tree was doing this entire time, is with all those souls dying from these wars they started, all of them aren't rejoining the cycle of rebirth on the planet, and therefore there's room on the planet's soul meter now for Terran souls. Hey.
So, again, bunch of fantasy bullshit.
Yeah. But it's kind of important to note.
Yeah, I'm saying it in a loving way.
Also important to note, towards the end of the game, Kuja's freaking the fuck out because he's realized that he himself has a time limit.
Like,
He's got
A short one.
He's got an expiration date, and it is coming up.
Because one thing that was mentioned earlier on in the game was that the black mages have a short lifespan, which again causes existential crisis in our little Vivi character. Ah!
wait. I'm mortal?
Son of a bitch.
Wait, is Kuja just a really super intense black mage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Oh, I just pieced that together.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
it was meant to be ironic.
Listen.
20 years later.
Listen, this is why 8 is my favorite.
Haha. So at this point, Kuja goes Super Saiyan.
and then destroys Terra, so, you know.
Problem solved,
Yeah,
guys.
all that work, for
out
that.
the window. Somehow we end up in Crystal World.
Well, what happens is we all return back to our original planet. And unfortunately, Kuja follows us there because he's kind of a jerk like that.
Real mad about the whole dying thing.
And he realizes that he is gonna die. But you know what? This world, it doesn't deserve to be around if I'm not around. I'm just gonna go destroy the planet now. Peace, y'all.
And everyone's all like, wait, we don't want the world to die. We live here.
And so we follow him to basically the planet's crystal heart or whatever.
Really?
The source of all life on the planet.
It's
Yeah,
in a place
that's what that is.
called, wait for it, Memoria.
Whoa, theme
Subtle.
world.
This is real subtle work, you guys.
Yep.
What's fun about Memoria, I forgot it was called that. I remember the beginning of the game really well.
Yeah.
But what's cool about Memoria, and a lot of Final Fantasy IX in general, is that it references older Final Fantasy games.
Mm-hmm.
Thus being like the only Final Fantasy game that tries to tie in to the larger Final Fantasy ethos.
There's some other, no, I wouldn't agree with that.
Like lots of other games do,
Tie-ins.
Easter eggs, yeah.
Small ones. Cough, Gilgamesh, cough.
Yeah,
Like, Easter eggs are,
but Final Fantasy IX has, does have, the return of the Four Fiends.
True. But that's on the side here, but like, I guess we kind of get to the destruction of the crystal, like, Kuja kind of wins.
Yeah.
Or succeeds.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Cause he basically attacks the shit out of the crystal. And at that point, I think the literal embodiment of death in the universe comes by.
yep.
And
And it's like,
Yep, what up? I'm Entropy.
Whoa.
so I'm here to destroy the planet. What's up?
I do remember that creature's name is Necron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, hey, you have feminine and masculine aspects? Yup. Are we gonna comment on that? Nope.
Nope. Oh, hey, you guys got half your party revived thanks to the power of friendship. That's cool. I'm still gonna destroy everything. Neat.
Hold on while I do an attack at those random status elements. All of
damn
them.
it.
Ain't that cool?
Oh, I'm annoyed all over again.
Like, that was like one of the harsher criticisms, I think, for 9 was that the final boss came out of nowhere.
Doesn't death always come out of nowhere?
Exactly.
Like, I think in one theory that Necron is the other side of the Aoife tree.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's cool. I think they could have explained it more, like, a little bit, like, okay, that's what that is. That's where that came from. Like, explaining that, hey, the literal incarnation of entropy and death in the universe is a thing. It's what happens when you accidentally destroy a planet's core. Oops.
Accidentally.
Like, maybe that's what happened to Terra originally. Like, it came by and destroyed the planet's core. Oops. And now it's dying. Something like that. Oh, that's my story change. Shit. Hey. Well, speaking of story changes, hey guys, we got to the end of the game and I just suggested a story change, which is explaining where the hell the final boss came from.
No, that seems like a stretch.
Easy peasy. Something I want to quickly mention is something that I recently noticed, while listening to, the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack. And I asked myself, is You're Not Alone and, Kuja's, final boss theme the only pieces of music that you use electric guitars in that game? And
is it?
I'm fairly certain it is. I tried listening to it again, and I haven't heard them. And like, the two brothers who at their lowest moments turn to electric guitar.
Well, that means that Terra invented rock and roll.
Yeah.
Now, if Terra invented rock and roll, it would have lived, because, as we all learned from Bill and Ted, rock and roll saves the world.
True.
Let's go diving more into story changes, because we've been talking for a while about Final Fantasy IX. Turns out it has a lot of story. Who knew?
What?
4 discs.
What?
Okay, Bren.
Yeah.
Expand upon, like, you were joking, but actually no. Expand upon
how to fix the final boss. So, I touched on it briefly, kind of in jest, but now that I'm thinking about it more, because again, we're doing this episode off the cuff here, so, we're improvising.
As exemplified by my amazing ability to remember what happens in the second half of the game.
Way to go. No research. We are professionals now.
Yeah. I'm a professional researcher.
So what I would do is, in the lore that we explore on Terra, we definitely get confirmation that there's this otherworldly entity that came to the planet, and that's what caused the great calamity that caused the decline and eventual death of the sentient species of the planet, the original creators of the planet, or dominant species, whatever. So Necron doesn't necessarily come by and like obliterate the planet. It's just like a massive force of death and change.
So
that's one aspect, yeah.
So I just came up with a weird theory that to tie a bunch of Square games together.
Yeah.
Necron, Genova, and Lavos are part of the same species that go from planet to planet trying to consume.
Oh, shit. Space Galactuses.
Yeah, space parasites.
Wait, which one is Lavos?
Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
So the Lavos looks like a giant evil burr.
Yeah. So I like how this actually ties Chrono Trigger into the Final Fantasy universe.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe some of the other, Final Fantasy, space fleas from nowhere.
No, that could be kind of cool. Also, we have like things we can explore, like even on our main planet, like we have mystics and stuff like that that might clue in a bit more that there is some greater looming threat. Like, oh yeah, that's all these wars. That's fine and all, but you know, let me tell you about the death of the universe, kid. Cause like, it's one of those things that maybe like at first pass, you think that they're alluding to maybe like Kuja or something and his threat, but like, no, it actually fits better with this force of death and entropy that comes a knockin', when Kuja, destroys or attempts to destroy the crystal.
Here's the thing. Death is a looming thing throughout all of Final Fantasy IX.
Yep.
Bron dies. Dagger's mom dies. Dagger's birth mother dies. Who even knows about her father?
The majority of the populations of Burmecia and Clara die.
Yeah. Vivi is extremely worried and confused about death. Kuja, extremely worried and angry about death. It is a constant shadow over everything. So in a way, it could have been made maybe more explicit, but in a way, of course, the final boss always had to be death.
And you know what? I'd also toy with the design a little bit of the final boss, in which we'd incorporate elements that were included both in Kuja and Vivi and maybe some other characters that are involved with death, maybe Ozma a little bit, which is a hidden boss. It's really difficult.
I'd be Ozma.
But maybe Necron has like a tail and the same eyes as Vivi, you know, or the Black Mages, that kind of stuff. So like these kind of simulacra are all tapping into this death incarnate, and then it comes a knocking because, hey, all these death incarnates are like getting his attention, and boom. Oh, hey, I'm going to eat you all.
Bah.
Yeah, so nice.
Hey, I came up with it from nothing.
Do you mind if I go next?
Go
for
it.
it.
Pep,
Yes.
you know that this is something that's been a bug in my bonnet for years. Mm-hmm. And the second half of the disc, I'm going to make sure that Freya actually gets a story.
Hell yeah.
Ah.
Cause
She's so cool.
she is so cool. Like from Limbum, like when you first get to Limbum to like when you flee Alexandria, the story is pretty much her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a pretty big driver thematically, yeah.
Yeah. Cause, listeners, in Limbum, you meet Freya, and she and Zane have some banter, or they're clearly friends. There's a friendly challenge, and as they're celebrating the end of a festival, a Promethean soldier comes in, goes, our country it's under attack, and dies. Or did he die or just fall unconscious? Okay.
Dies. No, he's straight up, he's dead.
Because of course he has to die in this game.
And you're like, how did he manage to get all the way to the throne room and no one treated, and no one said anything, and then died? But no, so
No, it's like, the guards are like, no, let him pass. Like, I have band-aids right here.
He has something to say. He can tell.
It's too important.
He can tell us, and we can probably take him through the infirmary. He can yet live.
No. Trauma.
And what precedes it is like Zidane helping his friend, because that's what he does. And Vivi tagging along because like the guy's like, people with glowing eyes and casting magic spell. Or blah. Like that sounds like some of the bullshit that we counted on the way. And tags along because, you know, it's mainly Freya's show because it is her country and it is her duty. And you get a lot of her feeling conflicted because she became a knight errant. So she has some guilt, but she also concerned about her lost love. And it's all great. It's all great. It's masterclass. And then you flee Alexandria. She stays behind to
fight and save you, buy you time.
Yeah. And also have a great, we were once enemies, but now let's fight on the same side moment with Beatrix, and you're like, yeah, awesome.
I'm down for that. All right, so what do you do from there?
Basically, what I'm gonna have to do, cut out Amarant.
God damn it.
Sorry, Pep.
Amarant, a character we have not mentioned at all in the entire time we've been talking about Final Fantasy IX because...
That's gonna be one of my arguments, yeah.
You'll be able to touch on it, or you can touch on it now, Pep.
I've got a bit more, so I'll let Alex finish.
Alright. So, Amarant doesn't really add anything. He has like a weird rivalry with Zidane, and it's like, okay. True,
all true.
They often have in the second half have Freya hang out with Amarant to ask like, so what's your motivations? Why are you being a dick? And it's like, it just kind of a disservice to her character because she's just kind of feels relegated to Amarant's storyline, and it's like...
And it's like, what storyline?
Yeah. And so like, what I would do is have more of Freya, because like, Pip, you mentioned like, my people no longer have a country and all that.
They are refugees, they are diasporic.
Yeah. So we're gonna just put on all that guilt.
Yeah.
And like, once we figure out, okay, the enemy is Kuja, Freya is now making a beeline for that. Like, killing him will probably make me less sad.
She has to have a reason to stay with the group rather than staying behind and helping her people.
Yeah. Oh, a very compelling reason to stay with the group.
Yeah, and, you know, vengeance. Also, like, sprinkle in some Fratley stuff here and there just to...
Fratley being her lost love.
Yes.
Yeah, just to make things, you know, interesting.
You know, to tie into Freya's story there, Al, a little bit, I almost would wonder if a reveal to tie into to Freya's storyline in Clara is that Clara was like the planet's counter agent to the Aoife tree. Kind of, tie into her storyline a little bit more. It's a magical tree.
Oh, I see. But basically, I wanted to culminate in, and Amarant was like in Ispin's castle when Amarant was a dick.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty certain like Ispin's castle ties more into Freya and Zidane, because Freya and Zidane's dynamic
rivalry, kind of.
Their dynamic reads a lot like the in-game story of this guy called Ispin.
Yeah.
Which is the whole entire thing. Won't get into it now. Basically, once we get to Ispin's castle, I want Freya to be like, no, we are taking too long.
Yeah.
And like
she's rushing into it because she's trying to rush into her vengeance against Kuja.
Maybe some arguments between her and Zidane. Like Freya, what do you do? Like, I have to do this, Zidane.
It's like, you guys wait here. I'll jump up to the top of the castle and I'll get the thing for us.
No, Freya, we'll do this together. I'm your friend here. And she's like, you don't understand. You don't have a home to mourn or something like that,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
And then that can turn back when it's Zidane's turn, when they're in Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ouch. Because it's always the good friends that know the exact shittiest thing to say to shut you up.
And that's where the trust comes in, because you have to trust your friends to not use the weapons that you give them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Freya can feel super bad about that later in that same level.
Yeah. Because with Amarant, it's just like, okay, hold on, I'll go, okay, I'm back.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
When it's with Zidane and Freya, she is my friend, I have to go back for her, and that's what, and well, let's go with you, and no, this is a personal thing, which can also feed into later on in the ending of the game, this is a pattern of behavior with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention what happens right at the very end. Shit.
I figured we'd save it for, if people actually want to play the game.
Yeah.
Listeners, it's for you.
No, that's all really good. I'm kind of mad about it.
That's my goal here, Pip. To make things more difficult for you.
Fuck you. So, what I would do, and I was thinking along this before you said it, but one, I would also remove Amarant. He doesn't really add anything. I'm not even sure he fills a Final Fantasy in general archetype.
He's a monk character.
Oh, is he the monk character?
Yeah, okay. He punches with his fists and claws. He has coin toss. He uses chakra.
Okay, wait, is coin toss a monk thing? I thought that was a thief thing.
It's like donation.
I think it's a either or.
Alright. But I would get rid of Amarant, and I'd also get rid of Quina.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is a character that really doesn't do much.
Yeah, cause guess who else we haven't mentioned this whole time? Cause at least we had mentioned the existence of Aiko and Dagger's Knight, even though we never named him.
Steiner.
Yeah.
Well, Steiner and Aiko actually have stories.
Yeah, they actually are involved in this.
And also, have identity issues.
Yeah.
Did Amarant have identity issues? He was falsely labeled a thief.
Yeah.
And that's
because of Zidane, and that's their story. Hey.
And it's like, oh wow, that's kind of lame.
Not a lot to hang on there.
Also, when you get the flashback, it's shown that Amarant really didn't try that hard to shake it. So
yeah, so that's a weak connection. All Quina wants to do is eat things to become a better chef, and is filling the blue mage role in Final Fantasy. And I think that's why there were so many characters. It was trying to fill all these roles.
Yeah.
And weirdly, there were 2 white mages, because there was Dagger and Aiko. But that was important for plot reasons.
Well, it's because they're both summoners.
But neither Amarant, I think he's Salamander in the original Japanese, or Quina are at all necessary to the story. You could remove them without even changing anything else.
In fact,
nothing would change.
Quina is optional for Gimzaluke's grotto.
Yep. There comes a time where you have to recruit Quina, but yeah.
And Quina's just there to, like, make bad jokes at the expense of.
I feel like Quina was a comedy relief, only Quina's not funny.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, so I don't know Quina's deal. But yeah, so removing those characters, even if I did nothing else, they don't change the story if they're gone, which says a lot.
True.
Yeah.
So what would you do in their stead? Aside from boost up Freya, like Alex said.
Yeah.
Woo woo!
Well, without them, there is a bit more freedom to play around with the relationships of the other characters. I'm not sure Aiko and Steiner ever interact.
The most.
No, there's a major thing for those two.
What do they do?
Aiko is writing a love letter halfway through the game, that she's intending to have be delivered to Zidane, our hero, but through romantic comedy hijinks, it gets handed to Steiner and the General Beatrix, and they fall in love.
Okay, but that's about Steiner and Beatrix's relationship, not Steiner and Aiko.
Okay.
Fair.
A quick aside.
Yeah.
This game uses a lot of feeder imagery and theming.
Yeah.
And one of the nice little Easter eggs is the plays that get referenced are made by Lord Avon. Yeah. Do you understand the reference, Bryn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
Old Bill.
Yeah.
Stratford upon
Avon. And so that scene with Steiner and Beatrix is like very much a Shakespearean trope.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm saying it could have been played around with that, Steiner has sworn fealty to, Dagger. He feels very strongly, one might argue, like paternal feelings towards this person who he is meant to protect. And here is Aiko, a much younger version of Dagger. They're both summoners. They're both lonely. And Steiner sees how lonely Dagger is. And that's part of his dilemma, is that he's made these promises, and, does he do what he's sworn to do if it makes Dagger unhappy? Does he have a duty to help Aiko, who is a lot like Dagger in many ways, because he's a decent human being?
And in traditional, like, storytelling styles, like, if he had just brought it up with Dagger directly, she probably would have been like, yeah, go help her out. Dude, it's cool. But he has to angst about it because play, drama, angst, yay.
Yeah. That's a relationship that never gets explored because there are too many characters. And two of them did nothing.
I'd also, we'll spoil a little bit out of the ending. At the end, Aiko gets adopted, by Regent Sid.
Yeah.
The king of Lindblom.
Regent.
Ruler of Lindblom, whatever.
Lindblom has no king. Lindblom needs no king.
It was really dark when he lit his son on fire, I'm just saying.
So, like, more of them interacting.
Yeah.
Of, Aiko and, Sid interacting. Cause, like, it felt like kind of like, none of you other characters are adopting this child that you, went to battle with.
Fine, assholes.
Maybe it turns out Aiko has sort of your engineering mind. Cause Sid is also an engineer. He designs airships, including one that runs without mist. That was a plot point.
Aiko is a resourceful child, considering it was just her and a bunch of Moogles.
For years.
But yeah, Aiko and Freya, I don't think, do that much. Basically, Aiko's really important, and she doesn't get a lot to do either.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
She talks to Zidane, she talks to Dagger.
And she talks to Vivi.
She talks to Vivi because they're both young.
And then she gets kidnapped.
Cause she also has some Eidolons to steal. What?
I'll always be with you.
Kupo.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Kupo. But yeah, so while, Alex removes Amarant to lift up Freya, I remove Amarant and, Quina, cause I have no qualms. I lift up Aiko. And Freya. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Completely fair. So that was all three of us, Kat is screaming into the void about how all this is stupid.
I mean, she wouldn't say it like that.
Kat's change is to add in more folklore.
Oh, yeah.
Lean into the theater aspect. That gets kind of close to the folklore.
There we go.
We're going full Midsummer's Night Dream here.
Actually, no, I know Cat's change.
Oh, yeah?
The fucking Eidolon wall.
Oh, yeah.
A thing that comes up halfway through the game depicting the summoner tribe of which Dagger and Aiko both belong, and their relationship to the Eidolons. Go on.
Oh, yeah, the Eidolons don't do anything after Alexandria gets destroyed, huh?
True. Another thing to change.
So maybe if I were Cat, I would bring sort of the folklore around Eidolons, because clearly there's a folk tradition in them in the Summoner Village. Bring it out more into the general world building.
Necron is an Eidolon of the universe.
Ooh.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
I mean, awful or something. I don't know. It'd be really cool.
Also, we need a Necron cult.
Ah!
The cult of Necron. Whoa.
All right.
I think we're good.
I think we're good with that, with story changes. Do we have time for a quick game, y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do Everything Changed When the Barista's Attacked, our alternate universe game. We're gonna take these characters and slap them somewhere else.
Woo! I am going to go first because of who I am as a person.
Yep,
Go for it.
And actually, because I'm going first, I'm not actually going to think through anything I say. Not that I ever do, really. I have a history of speaking and then thinking about what I just said. So I'm going to say college AU, because who doesn't love a good college AU?
Standard.
Yeah. Let's see. Dagger is the good student, not necessarily, A+ student, but, a good student. Zidane is the slacker who's taking the class because he thinks it's an easy A.
But he's also, naturally talented. The fucker.
Yeah, he's one of those kids. It drives Steiner up the wall because he's trying really hard, and his friend Dagger, he's known forever, is also trying really hard. And it's not fucking cute, Zidane.
Okay.
Freya is the TA.
Of course. Oh no, are Aiko and Vivi freshmen?
Yes.
Nice.
Cujo's the president of a rival frat, because Zidane is the president of his frat, the good frat.
No, Pip. Kuja? That's the drama professor.
No, if Zidane's a student, Kuja needs to be a student.
Kuja is the president of the drama club.
I don't think the drama club is a club in college, is it?
Wait, Kuja's a grad student because he is canonically just a little bit older than Zidane.
Yeah.
In the drama department? Or theater department?
Yeah. Zidane is, I've decided, still president of his frat.
Does this mean that Kuja lights the theater on fire at the very end?
Kuja goes full on Phantom of the Opera. He thinks it's really cool. No one else is impressed.
Cool.
Phantom of the Opera is also the thematic underpinnings of this story. Quina gets a cameo as a student worker in the cafeteria, and that is it.
Yep. Amaret dropped out in the first week of classes.
Yeah, he did. Beatrix is just generally being more awesome than everyone.
Freya has the long-distance boyfriend.
Yes! And everyone thinks it's going really badly, but actually it's going really well. He's just he just forgets anniversaries.
He's forgetful. What?
Then it's like, I saw him walking down a street, and then stop, look down at his feet, and realize that he forgot to put on shoes. Freya.
Yeah.
Freya.
Listen, it's really cute when he does that. He's really smart, you guys.
It was 20 degrees, Freya. There was snow on the ground.
It didn't bother him. Nice. Okay.
But yeah, and shenanigans ensue.
Nice. All right. Al, do you have one?
Battle of the Bands.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Zidane was part of the Tantalus rock group, but now he's striking out on his own because he's the youngest member of the band and all that. But he needs to make his own band, and he's just found the singer, Rich Girl Old Dagger.
Yeah.
And Zidane's like, I've seen a lot of romantic comedies. I'll flirt my way until she is in my band. And like, Freya, who is the bassist, because she's cool, she plays bass. It's like, that's not how it actually works. Betcha.
Huh.
And Zidane thinks he's being so fucking fly when Dagger had the fire for, or the Battle of the Bands for like a few weeks now.
Alright.
Yeah. And and they gather the rest of the party, playing various instruments. I don't fucking know what they are.
Doesn't matter. But the Battle of the Bands is tomorrow.
Yep. You know who's gonna fucking be there? Kuja.
That jerk.
Is it just gonna be him? Can one person be a band?
Solo act.
He had some weird clown guys playing some of the other instruments, but like the band is just his name. Like, who does that?
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
So it's me now, right? So
Yes.
this is gonna be kinda like Pippin's, but kinda not.
Okay.
We're gonna be going for magical high school anime.
Fair enough.
Because the thing that popped in my head with your thing earlier, Pip, is that Steiner is totally the overzealous class rep.
Yeah.
We'll snitch on you in a second, but we'll also like do double duty if he feels like he's like broken the rules somehow. Like, I must follow the rules. But like, again, we have like Zidane probably, imagining school uniforms here. He's the one that has the shirt untucked.
Ooh, the
Because,
fat boy.
yeah, rebel.
Like, I'm wearing a hoodie underneath a blazer. Isn't that like, aren't you like too hot?
Yes.
Also, it's Doki Doki in Memorial High School. No?
Oh man, I'm just picturing it like Garland is like the asshole homeroom teacher.
No, he's the principal, man.
Okay, principal. Okay. Kuja is the transfer student who is 1 year ahead and is just trying to dick over Zidane for reasons that we don't know yet. Why is he such an asshole? I don't know.
Is he an evil Magane character?
Sure.
Listen, all I know is that in these sort of shows, somebody needs to be wearing glasses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
that are
definitely.
very shiny.
Yeah.
Yes. They go opaque at the drop of a pin.
Like, did you install LEDs in your glasses? No.
And here's the thing, over the course of the story, Zidane's gonna be teaching Dagger how to like loosen up and live life a little bit, but she's also gonna be teaching him about how maybe he should start accepting personal responsibility.
What?
And through their teamwork together, they're gonna be overcoming all these magical challenges
Sounds fake.
through the power of friendship.
Well, it's fiction. It's all fake. Never mind.
Bren.
Yeah.
Bren.
What?
Are there going to be magical transformations?
I mean, yeah, trance.
Yeah, nice.
Which is another mechanic we never mentioned that actually plays an important part in the story. The Super Saiyan thing I mentioned. Yeah, that could play into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every episode somebody goes trance. It'll be great. Yeah, magical transformations might happen, but like, it's mostly just the high school life, type of anime with magic, because why not?
I mean, there's magic in the original. Might as well keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fratley is in a different school.
Fratley is in a frat.
Fratley is in America right now for some reason.
I love how we refuse to let Fratley go in all of this.
No, Fratley's cool. But yeah, that's me.
All right.
So that was Final Fantasy IX, you guys.
Yee.
Good work. So unsurprisingly, we managed to talk at length about it, and here I was worried.
No, this is what we're here for. Cat leaves, we have an excuse to talk about video games. It's great.
I mean, it's like a pressure release valve. We need to do it every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, can you take us home, Pippin?
All right. As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostoriessacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostoriessacred or send an email through contact@nostoriessacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostoriessacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Stories Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoriessacred. See you next time when we talk about the 1968 film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. For real this time. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Pippin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Kat. And we're
No Story is Sacred.
Sacred.